Race number 5 at Sha Tin is the first leg of the 6-up. It's also the highlight race of the day, the Hong Kong Lions Cup. Class 3, 1,200 metres. We've got a lot of sprint races there on Monday. Here's the lineup. Now, Spirit, former Brazilian galloper with Michael Freedman, arrives on a rating of 80. Always win, a good winner last start. Raging Blitzkrieg, awkward out of the gates, folded up. Serafino's a newcomer, former Kiwi. Happy Hour's another newcomer, former Kiwi. Go down to Radiant Bunny near the bottom with Winning Supreme, who's been in good form, and Lotus Breeze getting close to a drop in grade. So we've got 3 newcomers going around in our feature here, John. We're going to have a look at how it might set up on the touch screen. Let's firstly have a look at the draw. That's where it is. Potentially, this is the way it's going to set up with Winning Supreme, who's been a noted front runner of late, heading affairs. Yeah,
he didn't quite have the speed to lead at Happy Valley the other day, this fella over 1,000 Winning Supreme, but I think he'll go pretty well on this occasion here to get into a good position. Serafino, one of these newcomers that we were talking about, he's interesting. He's got good gate speed from what I've seen in the barrier trials, and from a good draw, should be able to position up well. Ever Brave is the horse I fear for as far as the speed map goes. I think he's going to be in a situation where he likes to pull quite hard, and he'd probably have to go pretty wide to try and get in a good position, so he's going to be covering quite a bit of ground. So that's the speed map at the head of affairs.
Spirit has top weight. He does have a little bit of pace, but likely to be snagged back, you would think, for his debut. Any of these newcomers been really forward in the morning, Paul?
Not really. Probably Happy Hour's probably the best one I've seen. But we'll show Serafino here. He's had some lameness issues since he's been here. He's 11-16, so I don't think he's quite there yet at the moment. Alberto Senna's doing the work on him. He works okay here, but I think he's going to improve, this horse, so I'm happy to watch him go round. Ever Brave, as John mentioned, Matthew Poon, it's going to have to be a good ride from him to make sure he doesn't get caught wide, and he might have to use him up a little bit if he's going to go a bit forward or try and duck in for cover somewhere, but his track work's been pretty good. And Winning Supreme, he was winning them in a row earlier on. He's now come up in grade, so he's up here in Class 3. His 2 wins were Class 4, but there's nothing wrong with this track work in the morning, and he's pretty fit. He hasn't missed anything or anything. He looks pretty good.
All right, well, let's start with winning form to start with. Always Win, who is a horse that hasn't had a lot of racing. He's a 7-year-old, just his 18th race start, this one. And, of course, it was his 3rd run back this season. But he put in a nice effort behind Wishful Thinker and backed it up with a win.
Certainly did, yeah. He had the advantages here of Gate 1, of course, but it's all very well having that advantage. You've still got to take it, and he took it with some aplomb. And the good news for him and his backers is that Victor Wong's aboard, taking off the £10. So he's not only a winner without penalty, he's actually a winner better treated than he was last time out. And he's got a good draw again, so I can foresee another good run.
He's actually got quite a few nice rides, Victor, I think. He's got a big chance of getting off the mark.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I like this horse. I think the pennies dropped for him, and I was a little bit sceptical, but his last 2 starts have shown me that he's good with that £10 claim. Well weighted, I think he'll be tough to beat.
Yep, I've sided with him as well. Yeah. Let's move on now to Raging Blitzkrieg. Now, last start, he was a little awkward out of the gates. He was then sort of picked up speed, got up near the front, and then it was just all a bit too much for him the final furlong. He has gone back to the trials, and he continues to move well. So he had clear excuses last outing. He's worth sticking with, I think. Yeah,
he's the big danger, I think. I think that's the Quinella, the 2 and the 3. And it was not a bad run from him. He'll be getting in the 1-1, and he'll be charging late.
He's a bit of a head-scratcher for me, horse. This is an excellent trial, no doubt about it, but I thought it was a pretty tame effort last time out. He's clearly got ability. He's in the numbers, but I haven't gone for him on top.
Let's move on to the former Brazilian galloper with Michael Freedman, one of the highest-rated horses in Brazil, I believe, when he was exported from Brazil to Hong Kong. Arrives on a rating of 80. Won 3 races there. He was a Group 1 winner as a 2-year-old over a mile.
£1,059. He's had 3 trials, but for me, he needs longer. As you say, he's a mile or plus what I've seen so far in the mornings, and maybe Joe will whisper in his ears and Portuguese at some
Portuguese,
stage.
Yeah. He's an interesting recruit, but I think he needs further, like Paul says.
Serafino's had a little lameness issue with his left front, but he was a 2-time winner in New Zealand, Avondale and Pukekohe.
Well done, Brett. Yeah, Pukekohe. Now, his tongue tie goes on, debut, hood goes on, 11-16 pounds. He's just had that little interruption with that lameness, so I don't think he's quite there yet.
I've liked the gate speed he's shown in his trials. I haven't been too keen on the way he's hit the line. So, for me, he's definitely want to keep an eye on. Haven't quite got him in, though, but he has got gate 1.
He was prominent in most of his efforts in New Zealand. And Happy Hour, another former Kiwi galloper, Taranga and Ellerslie. Jason Waddell was aboard this horse when he won both his starts there.
You've had a shocker there. Tauranga.
Okay.
But he's...
I only got Pukekohe right because Edward told me.
1,060. Everyone loves a happy hour, don't they? He's had 3 trials, and he's probably the best one that I've seen. I think he's definitely got ability, this one. I didn't get him in there, but I wouldn't be surprised if he ran well.
3 out of 4's not bad.
Well, it's not too bad at all. No, it's very good effort. I'm glad I didn't try. Yeah, he's by Master Craftsman of a mare by Generous. He's going to want a bit further, I think.
Yeah. Not too bad a Craftsman was his name in New Zealand. Right,
Named after you, Brett.
Let's get to the tips. Paul, who wins race for number 5?
Yeah, I think Always Win's going to win. This could be Victor Wong's first win here in Hong Kong. He's a nice, uncomplicated ride from barrier number 3. A horse in form at the moment. The pennies dropped for him. With that £10 claim. So I've got him on top to beat Raging Blitzkrieg. I think he's got the most... he's going to be the hardest to beat. Joe Moreira does know the horse. He did ride him 3 starts ago. And he should get a nice run in the 1-1. Radiant Bunny's been going not too bad recently. And I threw Ever Brave in there for 4th. It's going to be a good ride, have to be a good ride to get him into a nice position. But I think he's a horse with ability, so he did deserve to go in there. I went 2, 3, 9 and 7. I'd be playing the QQPs 2, 3, 9. Of the first starters, Happy Hour would be the one I'd try and sneak in.
I've got to Always Win on top, just like Paul. I think he's going to be tough to beat given the £10 claim, which is offsetting the rise in the weight he got for his recent victory. Radiant Bunny, yeah, he was 3 wide the whole way last time. That was second up. He's 3rd up on Monday afternoon. I think from a slightly better draw, he can definitely improve. And there's some decent form from last season in there. Winning Supreme, like I said, at the speed map, he didn't really cut it from an early speed perspective at Happy Valley at 1,000 metres last time out. But I think back at 1,200, he should be able to go OK in the early stages. Got a light racing weight, and as Paul said, he's been in good form prior to that run at the Valley. And Raging Blitzkrieg, I think he's potentially the best of these, and I haven't totally given up on him, but I wasn't too impressed with his previous run, although that trial was very good. QQPs 2, 9 and 10 here, the best play.
Yep, I agree. I think this is a great opportunity for young Victor Wong to get off the mark, if he hasn't already, by the time we get up to race 5.